Good morning. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, man. It's kind of been cool to see people join my Discord. Okay. Well, here we go. All right. It's been a minute since I've been on a stream just talking to myself, which is how this morning's stream is going. It's just me alone in a room talking to myself. I think that's probably the biggest hurdle to get over when you start streaming is like largely when you start streaming, you're going to be talking to an empty room. And I think for a lot of people, that's hard to do. And you're going to have to do that consistently for a little while. Alan, hello. Hello, Alan. How are you doing? I have no idea how to pronounce your username. The guy who gave me the triple thumbs up. I have no idea how to say that username. I don't even know what language that is. How are you guys doing? I'm getting caffeinated and getting my workday started is what I'm doing right now. I actually had thought of going into the office today, and working from our office, but then I thought, well, then that means I'm gonna not be able to stream. So I decided to work from home. I love work from home life. Anybody else here a work from home person? It's gotta be the best thing that's happened to me in the last 5 years has been being able to work from home. It's quiet this morning. Quiet in the chat, huh? You guys don't feel like talking today? Tell you what, if you're an investor, though, if you're an investor in the U.S. stock market, this would be a good time in your life to find another hobby. I mean, keep investing. Just don't look at your accounts very often. I think the S&P, I think the market overall is down 12% for the year. So it's one of those years. It is one of those years indeed. Oh, I need to reboot one of my servers. I recently actually set up a VPS in Oracle's cloud. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Oracle's cloud. They have a pretty generous free tier. Much more generous than the big three. You know, like if you compare it to like Google Cloud, AWS, and Azure, you can stand up a pretty decent beefy, maybe not beefy is not the right word, but a pretty decent VPS in their cloud and run it pretty much free. I mean, it was kind of a pain in the ass to get it though. Like I had to email customer support because I couldn't upgrade my account from a free account to a paid account, and then it was a whole thing. What's up, Bolt? How are you, man? I don't know if have you been here before, Bolt? Your username looks a little familiar, but I can't remember. If you've been here before, it's been a while since you've been back. But appreciate you having you. We're just hanging out, getting caffeinated, trying to get the day started. My family this morning was kind of grumpy. I have 2 kids. I'm a 32-year-old dad of 2. If you're new here, you don't know much about me. There you have it. But both my kids are in elementary school, and my wife actually works at the elementary school. She's a paraeducator, and so it sucks for them because they all have to get up and go out of the house, and I work from home. And this morning was definitely, I could tell, a rough morning for all 3 of them. And I felt bad. Aiden, Red Bull better, bro. You think so? I do not like the taste of Red Bull. Like I only drink sugar-free energy drinks. I don't do the full freight. I don't drink anything full freight. And I do not like sugar-free Red Bull. My favorite energy drink, if we're gonna talk energy drinks, chat. My favorite energy drink is Ghost. Anybody here ever had Ghost energy? My first introduction to it was as a pre-workout, but then they came out with a line of energy drinks. I think they have the best energy drink flavors on the market. My favorite is the cherry limeade. They do have quite a bit of caffeine, though, so if you're caffeine intolerant or caffeine sensitive, I mean, you probably shouldn't be drinking energy drinks in general if you're caffeine intolerant or caffeine sensitive, but if you like to ride the lightning a little bit, give it a go. What's up, Clay? Super random, Clay. What's the... I mean, you're just trolling with the number there, buddy? Aiden, Ghost is good, but for me it's so sweet, even zero sugar. Yeah, I mean that's probably why I like it so much. Aiden, is because it's so sweet. That's like I said, the cherry limeade just tastes really good, and part of it is the sweetness. Although they have a warhead, they have a sour head or warhead flavored, which is pretty good. It'll make you pucker. Yeah, bangs are good. Bangs and rain are good for sure. Yeah. You guys ever deal with IT people at work? Not that there's anything like, I love my IT people. If you're a sysadmin, you're an IT help desk person, love you. But sometimes I feel like they kind of treat me like I'm stupid. Like I'll say like this doesn't work, and they'll be like, "Yeah, but have you tried it?" And it's like, "Yes, I tried it. It doesn't work." You know. But I'm guessing part of that is because as IT people, they probably get like 100 tickets a week where it's like, "Did you turn it on? Did you turn it off?" And it fixes the issue. What's everybody else doing this morning? Everybody else working like me? Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, like, like, I try to have empathy, for everybody, but sometimes, like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was telling my wife this the other day, like, I'm super proud. Like, when I was younger, I used to have just a horrible temper, particularly, like, in high school, just terrible temper. Um, and like that's one of the things I'm most proud of is as I've gotten older, I've gotten much better at managing that temper. And but sometimes, even now today, when stuff like that happens, when people are like, "Hey, Steven, are you sure you're just not an idiot?" I feel a little bit of rage creeping up into my soul. Aiden, working in fast food, I can say that people like to think they know what they're talking about even when they have no clue. Okay, that's fair, and I think I could vouch for that. So it's kind of like I think what Aiden is saying is like you kind of have to assume you basically have to make people prove that they know what they're talking about, right? You sort of have to start from there, which is kind of unfortunate because you feel like you should be able to just take things at face value, but that often gets you into trouble. It's actually funny. So my first job in tech was as a support analyst, and it was for a SaaS piece of software, and that was actually something I learned early on was like you should always kind of defaultly assume that it's user error and work from that hypothesis, or work to disprove that hypothesis. Although I think there's a way to do it in a kind way without making people feel like they're dumb. Right? I think there's a way to do the whole did you turn it on and off thing without making people feel like without it getting translated as like you're a fucking idiot. Which I don't know. Maybe that's naive of me, but as someone who has answered a lot of support emails, I feel like it's possible to do. But sadly, few people know this thing. Yeah, sadly. Hello, Network Bib. How you doing? You were not first today, Network Bib. You and Suhas you guys fell down on the job today. I don't know. I mean, come on. Get your heads out of your ass and get to the stream. Jeez. What, do you guys have lives or something? I'm just kidding. Aiden, so you're the guy I call when my PC isn't booting? No, I'm more like, I'm the guy you call if, like, Gmail isn't working. Or that's what I used to do. I don't do that anymore now. Now I work in, now instead of working in support, I work in quality. Y2 Genie? Oh God, for a second I thought it's the toilet seat guy. What do you, one, I don't get the reference, and two, I don't know how I would ever be confused with anything to do with a toilet seat, but I'm glad you're glad, Y2B Genie. Network Bib, 54 viewers, Network Bib. I didn't get the notification. I finally made, well, you should have, I mean, I put it in Discord, didn't I? Did I screw it up? Oh, I didn't do at everyone. Damn it. That's my bad, guys. Here, let me try again. I'm the idiot. This is why it should be automated, right? That's what Stefan's gonna say. Stefan is like, this is why you need a Discord bot, and this is why it should be automated. Alright, I'm gonna try again here. And this time I'm gonna tag everyone correctly. Apologies. Sabine, how are you? I'm good, Sabine. Stefan, you mirrored the cam again. Yeah. It has been mirrored though, I think. I don't think I stopped mirroring it. I think it's been mirrored this whole time. Network Bib, I finally made the 0.3 beta version of my exoskeleton layout. Well, that's cool, Network Bib. I'm glad you're working on your layout. That just seems like it seems like you take on very difficult projects, Network Bib. I'd kind of like to see you, because you gave up on the nanobots, I'd kind of like to see you do a smaller project and see it all the way to completion and do like a demo of it for us. I think that'd be fun. The toilet seat guy is weird. I guess I'm not familiar with the YouTube culture comments here. The toilet seat guy. I'm not familiar with that. Well. Look who's forgetting to mention again. Yes, I did. I totally fucked it up. Bolt worked on a project with my toxic senior. Every day he made sure to make me feel like I'm a worthless piece of shit. Dude, honestly, Bolt, nothing angers me more than senior people treating others that way. It just, something about it calls forth like this righteous indignation in me, like call it a warrior spirit or something, or a sheepdog, I don't know, but it calls, whenever I hear that, it just, my instinct just is to find that person and beat the shit out of them. I don't understand. There's just no excuse to act like that towards anybody. And I'm sorry you had to deal with that, man. And you aren't a worthless piece of shit, and it's actually that senior who's a worthless piece of shit. So don't let him screw with you. I mean, that's really shitty. Hello, Suhas. Hello, Toad Sage. Stefan, you see Steven, people tune in when you actually mention them. Yes, these two things are correlated. Paul, can you speak German? No, I cannot speak German. Although I really like the German language. Like, listening to people talk in German, I've always found that language to be very, very pretty. Bolt, if I had had that chance, I would have done the same thing. Yeah, I tell people all the time at work that I have a running list of people I would enjoy choking out. Like, I think, like, maybe the workplace would be a healthier thing if just randomly we had, like, jujitsu sparring matches, right? So it's like once a month. It's like the purge. You know, it's not as violent, right? Or as like it's not as violent or as bad as the purge, but same idea, right? Where it's like, hey, over the course of the month, if you've developed beef with a coworker, we're gonna put some mats in the lobby. You know, put on your gis and have at it, right? I don't know. I think we might all have a lot more mutual respect for each other. Network bib, please look in Discord, sir. I am polite today. Yeah, I saw your message. You shared your battery layout. That's very cool, man. I'm glad you're making progress. Stefan, I hate German. Really, Stefan? I would figure it'd kind of be a related language to Serbian. I don't know anything about languages, so I don't know why I'd think that, but hello, MD. How are you doing? Thanks for MD. Your username in my chat shows up different than when you comment on my YouTube shorts, but I did see your comment, and I appreciate you watching my shorts and leaving a comment. MD, good evening, sir. Oh, no, I already read that one. Talu, everyone is out. There was an earthquake in Istanbul. I'm at home watching you. Oh, was it a bad earthquake? I didn't look at the news much this morning before I started working. Hello, Voldy. How are you? Voldemort has entered the chat. No curse spells though. To lose 6.2. That's pretty big, right? Istanbul earthquake. Oh man, that's scary. Dude, earthquakes have to be one of the. I mean, we have tornadoes here. That's kind of our biggest natural weather threat is tornadoes. We're like smack dab in the middle of Tornado Alley. Actually, where I grew up is about 3 hours south, and that's more in Tornado Alley than where we live now is. But earthquakes might be more scarier. Like the fact that the literal ground is shaking beneath your feet, you know, it's kind of difficult to like outrun an earthquake or to like get away from an earthquake. Tulu, I thought the force feedback of the steering wheel was broken. Interesting. Wow, that's a weird experience. Like you felt like your power steering had gone out? Because I've had a car, I've literally been driving a car when the power steering went out. That's pretty wild. Stefan, although I did have German in middle school. Interesting. But you don't like it. German sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Bolt. I think I disagree with Stefan on this one. I much prefer the sound of people speaking German. Delu is talking about force feedback on PC steering wheel. Oh, interesting. I don't know what that is then. I'm lost. Just finished my workday. Now relaxing with my games. Nice. That's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. You're at work all day. You're looking forward to your plans after work. Hold on. I gotta connect to a stupid. I hate VPN so much. They're such a pain in the butt to connect to. we go. You guys ever seen login forms that have like basically, have you guys ever seen protected resources that are protected by MFA, but instead of them providing another form input for your token, they make you add your token to the end of the password? I feel like that's just a really, really bad. It's a really, really bad design, in my opinion. Well, which VPN you use? I don't use it. It's for work. Yeah, it's a work VPN. Tolu, I loved my middle-aged dad streamer. Yes, this is what I am. I'm a 32-year-old dad of 2. You know? I mean, I'm not for everyone, but I'm for some, I guess. Hello, Sam. I missed your comment earlier, Sam. Hello, Sam. How you doing? I see you got a new profile picture. I like it. Yeah, looks good, man. Oh, and I see you posted your video, man. That's awesome. Good for you. Oh, Toad Sage and Sauce. I'm sorry to hear about that, man. Sounds like there's some crazy stuff going on over there. Tolu autofill thingy? No, it's like yeah, man, that's awesome. First video, go for it, dude. Make that content. Make it. Fish Scale says, you look like a fella that loves and respects his wife. I do. I do love and respect my wife. I've been with my wife since I was 15 years old, and I'm 32. So, if I didn't love and respect my wife, I made some very poor choices in my life. I do have sorry for those of you that got here kind of late because I fucked up the Discord mention. I do have stand up at 10 a.m. So I'll have to jump there. Yeah, man, of course, Sam. I mean, I'm rooting for you. Anybody, I mean, it takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to have something in your mind that you want to create and then sit down and make it, and then not only sit down and make it, but then sit down and put it out to the world, right? It takes a lot of courage. So respect. Fish scale. I bet you make a mean grilled cheese. I don't actually make much grilled cheese. That's not really. I don't care for that sandwich. There's no protein in it, man. There's a bread and cheese. I do make a mean sandwich. My first ever job was at a Quiznos, which is like a sandwich chain here in the United States. So I do make a mean sandwich. My wife always is like, your sandwiches always taste so much better than mine. Which is a real problem because then you end up having to make everybody's food in your house. Oh, Sam was trying to thank Stefan and he thanked me. I'm sorry, guys. I screwed it up. Bolt, that's great to hear. Kudos to you both. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Bolt. Yeah, we've been around the block a few times together for sure. What's up, Ducky Dev? You made it. I don't know how much longer. I have a work meeting at 10, so I'll have to jump in, but happy to hang out with you till then. Voldy, I ate steak for lunch, dude. That's a OP lunch. Sam, how do you fit streaming in with work and family? Sam, that's tough, honestly. Yeah, it's tough. So my solution has been to take an hour in the mornings like this when I'm doing administrative work, like low IQ work, right? That's more administrative, checking emails, responding to Slack messages, and turning it into an office hour, right? So where I can still work, but I can stream and chat with you guys. And then the other solution is I use my lunch break. So I usually will take my lunch break and spend an hour streaming, and that's usually when I work on an actual project live. Or something tech related usually is what I'm doing for that hour. And occasionally I'll do longer streams in the evening, but the evenings are kind of when I do a lot of my like heads down work on projects. So I try to protect that time if I can. But there's only so many hours in the day, right? So if I want to work for 8 or 9 hours, and then, you know, if I have to work for 8 or 9 hours on a given weekday, and I want to sleep for 8 hours, that means I have a roughly 8 hours to do free stuff, right? And so you kind of just have to divvy that up amongst your kids and your wife and your hobbies as best you can. And you just don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, you do what you can. You know what I mean? Take care, prioritize the stuff that pays your bills, obviously, that keeps food on your table and walls around your family. And then do what you like to, and do what you want to, and what you can, and just don't beat yourself up about it too much, right? So obviously somebody who's a full-time creator, right, is going to be able to outproduce you on content and streaming. And, you know, that's just a reality. Fish scale, I bet you're the type of dude that always puts the toilet seat back down. Well, yeah, Fish scale, that's just, I mean, if you aren't the type of dude that does that, then you probably have never lived in a house with a woman before in your life. You know, and by woman, I mean like your mom, or like you haven't had a mom that you lived with, or you haven't had a sister, right? You just haven't had a female in your house, because you can't be leaving the toilet seat up like that. It's not cool. Stefan, I ate 2 cans of tuna, 4 boiled eggs, and 100 grams of white cheese. Stefan's loading up on the protein. I like it. Stefan, by the way, easily did 100 for 6 with Talon grip. Yeah, I tried 135 last night, Stefan, just to kind of see how it'd feel. And it definitely, on your wrists, like the Talon grip bench press, it definitely feels much better on the wrist. But I don't know if it's maybe because I have kind of small hands, It does put a lot of pressure on your fingers. Your index and your middle finger. Yeah, your middle finger. Suhas, bro, look in Discord. What do you want from me? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at in Discord, man. Well, stay hydrated, everyone. Yes. There's actually, whenever I would work out in stream, there was always a gentleman that would come in and he'd be like, please, please drink water while you're streaming. Please drink water while you're working out. It was very important to him that I stay hydrated. Suhas said, is 4 boiled eggs okay to eat? What do you mean, Suhas? It is totally okay to eat. It's just eggs. Suhas, what is the cheap way to get a lot of protein? Yeah, like what Stefan said, eggs. That has traditionally been eggs and chicken. Like have traditionally been like the staple, right, of most bodybuilders' high protein diet because they're pretty inexpensive forms of protein. Although eggs recently in the States has just been crazy. It's starting to come back down. I think when I was there on Sunday, 60 eggs was like $24, and it had been up almost to $30. So it used to be, at least eggs used to be a really easy way to get a lot of protein very cheaply. Oh, that was my 10-minute warning for my meeting. If you don't stay hydrated, your muscles might just snap. I don't know about that. Maybe. Maybe that's how it works. I don't know. I've never heard that before. Stefan, that's how you're going to scare your kids into drinking water? I just tell my kids they're going to die if they don't drink water. It's as simple as that. Like, you don't drink water, you die. It's a necessity. Actually, both my kids are really good at drinking liquid and staying hydrated. It's not really something we have to coax them to do much. Oh man, I just got a message from my mom that they're putting their dog to sleep. She's been dealing with like arthritis real bad. She's kind of a larger dog. You know, she's not super old, but bigger dogs, you know, they have a harder time, you know, with their joints as they get older. That's too bad. Yeah, actually, I found that this dog, her name's Molly. She's my mom, my stepdad's dog. I actually, when I had a gym during college and after college for a couple years, did personal training. And I actually found her one day. She was just roaming around outside our gym like a stray. You know, she was like a little puppy. And brought her into the gym, took her home, cleaned her up. We tried to figure out where she was from. Couldn't. And my mom ended up taking her in. But yeah, that's sad. That's too bad. That kind of shifted my mood a little bit. It's always sad when you have to put your pets down. Hey, what's up, Pablo? Long time no see, man. Good to see you. Suhas, because of ADHD, I might forget to drink water for a couple days. Ah, dude, that's yeah, that's not a good thing. Yeah, that might be an indication. Maybe if you can get your hands on some medication, right? I mean, you don't want to go days without water. My mom also suffers from arthritis. Oh, that's too bad. Well, and I should say that's worse, Shaitan, than what I was actually saying, because it's not my mom that suffers from arthritis. It's my mom's dog, but she's had a long, good, happy life. You know, it just sucks whenever you have to come to that end of the road. Tolu, ADHD is not real. Oh man, I think that's gonna be very controversial, Tolu. I think that's gonna, that's. I think that's gonna be a very controversial statement. We were supposed to actually go. We were supposed to actually go to my mom's house this past weekend for Easter, and our trip got canceled. It kind of sucks. Bad timing. Pablo, half of this stream is on ADHD. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah. Suas, I will. Let me get a job first. Yeah. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Get it. I know not everybody has access to get the meds they need, so I don't want to make it seem like you're not doing what you need to do. Just going without water for a couple days is no bueno. No bueno. Tolua. ADHD, OCD, social anxiety. I just don't believe it. Whoa. Really? That's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. I mean, I would 100% say I disagree. And I think amount of there's a large amount of literature out there. I think that would also weigh against you. But I mean, you're obviously entitled to your opinion, Tolu. So you can have your opinion. But I think there's some people. I think there's both people who treat people with those disorders who would disagree with you, and there's also people who live with those disorders every day who would likely disagree with you. Ducky Dev, man, Waka time is good. Waka time is good. Although I kind of got frustrated with it because I set it up and I wanted it to post to my Twitter every day, and that integration they have kept breaking. And so I kind of got frustrated with it and just stopped worrying about Waka time. But it is a very cool thing. Suastilu. Pablo, I don't think medicine is an opinion. Yeah, I think I would probably fall into your camp here, Pablo. Talua, you just seem like a very nice and interesting person. Tucky Test is kind of offensive. I mean, I'm sure there's definitely people who can take it offensively. I don't necessarily take it offensively. I just kind of laugh and think, well, you're entitled to think what you want to think, but yeah. Yeah, I think the sheer fact that it's just a very real thing for a lot of people, right, is evidence enough, in my opinion. But I figured that would be a very controversial take here in the chat. Nothing like wrapping up a stream with some controversy. Oh boy, here we go. Now I'm getting all the Slack reminders and Google Calendar reminders about my meeting. I get like 3 of them. I need to do something about my notifications. Alright, well, I think I gotta wrap up and head over to this stand-up. Not because I want to. I've shared my opinion on stand-ups before. I do not think highly of them. But they are a necessity. They pay the bills. So, Sam, I keep checking my Slack. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap up for this morning, but I'll be live again. I think 2 o'clock. Let me see. Let me check my calendar real quick before I tell you wrong. Yeah, I should be live again around 2 o'clock. I have no idea what I'm gonna do on stream, but if you're around, come hang out, and I'll try not to screw up the Discord message this time. All right, guys. See y'all.